We're talking about stress. Okay. Stress, as I mentioned earlier, is pressure. And when the pressure keeps accumulating, eventually something's got to give. It breaks, right? So when people are under pressure, they start to feel a sense of desperation. Okay. And desperation is a point of vulnerability that unfortunately a lot of people out there can take advantage of overall desperation, right? So when we face situations where, you're struggling to feed your family or you're afraid you're not going to be able to pay rent the next month, or you're afraid you're going to lose your job and all your relationships will be compromised, there is this risk that because the pressure becomes too intense, you might or someone might become desperate and start to find solution or start looking for solutions. They're almost like a quick fix, like a miracle, like a magic bullet that can take the pain away and allow them to experience something more enjoyable than what they're experiencing, right? So this brings us to the subject of manifestation, right? This idea that's been thrown around that somehow when you live a life that you don't feel completely fulfilled, or you don't feel safe, or you don't feel accomplished enough, right? You don't feel comfortable enough, you can manifest a desired life, which sounds like a solution to the stress that you're feeling, because you figured if you can manifest a certain amount of money, then your stress, like your money stress, will go away, and somehow you manage to create yourself a wonderful life. So there are a lot of people out there that prey on this desperation, right? And they start to offer these quick fix hacks type solutions where you end up paying a much higher price than you can ever imagine, because not only do they take your money, they actually lead you down the wrong path, right? So I just wanted to touch on this real quick. On the subject of manifestation, yes, manifestation is real. We do manifest. As a matter of fact, everything in your life is a manifestation, right? It's a manifestation of your energy field. Okay. Now, this may sound kind of appalling to some, because it's like, how can I possibly manifest this terrible and difficult life for myself, right? Now, we talked about how energy fields come to be, the different elements of things that compose your energy field. So, somewhere along the way, you picked up insecurities, you picked up fears, you operate on anger, you have this trauma that is creating toxicity in your life. The combination of all those things creates your energy field, and that energy field manifests the challenges that you're facing right now. So technically, you are already a master manifester. You don't need to learn how to manifest. Here's the problem. When someone promises you that they're going to help you manifest money, cars, houses, stuff like that, they prey on your lack of knowledge of this principle, right? Because in reality, the only thing that a person is able to manifest is the energy that they carry, right? So if you carry fear and fear-based emotions, your manifestation is that of anything that's related to fear-based emotions. That means that if you run on anger, you continuously manifest circumstances that will cause you to be angry. If you constantly under stress, this is the most important part. If you constantly under stress and you've always had this stress pattern that you run your life with, that means that you are actively manifesting, but what you are manifesting is that stress. That means everything that you manifest is going to be another cause of stress. This is the reason why you see a lot of people that have money, they have nice cars, they have nice houses, but they don't seem to be as happy as you expect them to be. If anything else, you hear a lot of people who tell you having money is actually a cause or a source of stress, right? Have you ever heard more money, more problems, right? This idea that if you have more money, somehow that will bring you more challenges in life. And actually, there's some truth to that because if you live in the energy field of stress, that means even when you have money, that money will be a source of stress. Okay. So without the awareness, the only thing that a person can manage to manifest is stress. Okay. So even if you somehow magically manifest whatever that red car is that you want to manifest, that red car will end up being another source of stress. Okay. So just to kind of give you this general idea about manifestation, you don't need to learn how to manifest, you already manifested. So if you don't like the way that your life feels to you right now and you want to change something about it, the key is not to learn to try to manifest money, cars, or houses. The key is to learn how to remove stress and anger and pain from your energy field and replace it by love-based emotions like gratitude and abundance and joy, right? The type of feelings that, as we mentioned earlier, it makes your life feels brighter, right? So it changes your frequency, it changes the density of your energy field. And that's really how you make positive changes in your life. When the density of your energy fields goes from being stuck and heavy for being bright, light, colorful, and joyful. Okay. So, just a quick tip when you find yourself in situations, because a lot of times you're like, wait a minute, my kids have to eat. What am I supposed to do? And you give yourself permission to be stressed out in that moment, right? Just remind yourself the more you give into that stress, the tighter your life will feel, the denser is your life will feel. So imagine a beautiful day, right? And then something happens that causes you stress. It's like a dark cloud just rolls in and covers the sun and makes it into like a dark, gloomy day. So that's your stress. Instead of giving in to that stress and turning it into a storm, focus on the brightness behind it, right? Focus on the blue sky behind that cloud. Focus on the sun and create that brightness in your life. Do something that makes you happy. No matter how stressed you are, do something that makes you happy. Play music that makes you happy. Cook, even if you have one potato in your refrigerator. Cook yourself a meal and give it the most love that you can possibly give it. Make your day as bright as possible, and you will see that clouds slowly dissipate. And this is how you pretty much conquer any fear and any stress that takes over your life. Don't give in to the fear, don't give in to the stress. Instead, focus on gratitude, focus on making that day as bright as possible so the cloud can slowly fade away and allow you to see brighter days.